the movies, because that's what we do here in the film room. We talk about movies. So let's get into it. Let's get started. Welcome everybody to the film room. I'm your hostess here, Texas Drew. What is going on? What is going on tonight? Thursday night. We are live here down at Pub Sports Radio here in Southtown 101 Studios. And always to my left is the hostess with the mostest, Miss Amanda Rogan.
What up, what up?
Oh, she says, what up, what up? It's going to be a little signature from now on. Sweet. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Let's jump into it. I'm excited about this show, as I am excited about every show that we do here on the Film Room. I'm just excited about this whole show, period, because I love doing this. It's exciting. It gets me excited. I'm always excited. So jumping into it, for those people, for those DC fans that are out there, I would call myself a DC fan. I am a true Marvel fan when it comes to this picking sides. But the DC fans that are out there, the whole universe of the whole DC extended universe, which I think this Batman movie is a part of. I am not too sure, but photos came out of the new Batmobile.
Mm-hmm.
So you already know her opinion on it, on the matter.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I can't wait till you say something. It's gonna be fun.
No, I didn't say anything.
So yes, new photos came out this past week of the new Batmobile, and they look pretty interesting. If you haven't seen them, you can go ahead and go to my Facebook page. You can go to my Instagram as well, which is TX210 _N_ cinema. So go ahead and check that out there. I don't think I said that right. Anyway, it looks like a old school, I want to say, Challenger feel to it, especially the front. It looks good. It looks cool. Like I said, the background of this story of this Batman that we're getting is Batman Year One, and pretty much this is what we're gonna see. Also, there's also a picture of him too in full getup right next to the Batmobile as well, so we get to see more of his bat suit when you look more into it. And the car, like I said, it's Batman Year One, so this is pretty much him as a younger version of Batman, not too used to seeing of him being, the suit being all decked out or whatever. It kind of looks like, a youngster put it together, and that's what it pretty much looks like. Looks like he's wearing hockey pads or something. But the vehicle itself, it's dark, it's black. You kind of get the back end of it, the tail of the old school Michael Keaton Batmobile, if you kind of really look at the back of it. And then the front, like I said, it has that Charger feeling to it, but the engine of it looks freaking rowdy, like it hauls ass. I don't know if it blows the flame. It kind of does look like it does. If you zoom into it, it looks like it has a little flamethrower in the middle.
I want to know what year this is. I want to know what time it's set in. Like, I don't know. It's not that I don't like the car. It's a cool car, but
I like the way they did it, especially like the back end of it. It does look like the Michael Keaton Batmobile from the back.
It's a cool car.
It's just missing. It's just missing the tail.
His suit looks totally different right here. It doesn't look as bad here.
Maybe it looks better in the dark
in this picture
than it did in the daylight.
Maybe.
He is the Dark Knight, so
maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It looks. I don't know. I guess I gotta watch it.
Well, we have to see when it comes out. They're still filming. They're still shooting about it, and Matt Reeves posted that on his Twitter account. I am excited about the Batmobile. I am excited seeing that. I'm still on the fence about Robert Pattinson still playing Batman. Of course, I am kind of curious to see Colin Farrell as the Penguin. Zoe Kravitz is playing Catwoman. And you have John Turturro playing Carmine Falcone as the mob boss. And I think they cast the Riddler. I got to double check who they cast on the Riddler. But there has been another rumor swirling around, another story swirling around that I've been kind of reading up on. And
lots of rumors.
People have been like, are you going to talk about it? What's going on with this? So coming out of the little rumor mill, let me pick it out over here, just bring it on over yonder. And they're going to just put it up in the back there. Johnny Depp,
Mm.
and everybody knows Johnny Depp. Everybody should know about Johnny Depp.
Big
Period.
rumor, not no definite.
It's not a definite, but
It's
there
not.
has been rumors or some talks that he's been talking with Warner Brothers about him playing a role in this Batman. And if you already know, he's not Pirates of the Caribbean no more. He's not with Disney. His contract is already up. He is with Warner Brothers in a contract for the Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them franchise, the spinoff of Harry Potter,
Mhm.
as he's playing Grindelwald.
Mhm.
So this is where this whole thing starts to churn and get little pick up in motion and start going along and chugging along and it starts to pick up wind. The next thing you know, oh, it hits the internet, and then the internet picks it up, and then everybody's like, oh my god, is this really gonna happen? And it just starts blowing wind. Like this story picked up and supposedly it broke the internet, but I don't think it broke the internet, that's even bullshit in itself. But he is in talks of playing the role in this Batman movie, and everybody is saying, or this story is saying, that he is supposed to be the new Joker.
But we just had a new Joker. See, this is what I'm saying, DC. You don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. I want to know what you're doing. I want to follow what's going on, but I can't.
That's
you've got
why
me all over the place. I can't. I don't know what to do. I've got to drink before I can go and watch one of the movies so I can kind of understand what's going on. Like, I don't get it. Why can't you just pick something good and just stick with it? I mean, you had no, maybe not. No,
what?
No. Shazam.
They only ever since this whole DC extended
No.
universe came
They
about,
should've
it's only
kept
been three
going.
films that have been great since this whole DC universe
They
came about,
should've kept
which is Wonder
going.
Woman, Shazam, and Aquaman.
Yes, but they should have kept going with the one with what was it? Bane, the one with Bane, the one with
Batman.
they were gonna do. I know Batman. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about Batman.
Right.
I want to continue with that storyline. I liked that one.
So you're talking about continue with Christopher Nolan's storyline that he put into? Well, that was it. That was done with that particular Batman franchise.
They could have gone with Robin. They had
so you're saying it could have picked up with Jordan Gordon-Levitt?
Yes, I love Jordan Gordon-Levitt. You see,
like he could have been Nightwing or something, or
yeah,
Rob. Okay.
Yeah, you had a good storyline. You know what I mean? And this was after, wasn't it after Dark Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a good storyline. You don't blame it on Heath. Don't be like, oh, we can't. No, you know what I mean? Like,
took that franchise to a whole nother level.
You can't. Yes, he did, and he did a great job, and it was amazing. But why did you stop? You know what I mean? And then you went far away. You went into left field, and then you kept going into left field. You kept running left, and we wanted you to come back.
Well, see that
you didn't come back.
But that wasn't that Batman trilogy was in its own. It wasn't part of this whole DC universe that we're talking about now.
What is part of the DC universe?
What's part of the whole DCE, which why it's called DCEU, because it's called the DC Extended Universe.
Yeah,
so
it's very extended.
More out there.
But
when it comes to
fine. But they need to just pick one right now and stick with it, and then they can go to another one. Like Marvel's doing. We are seeing all of the universes come, but we understand what's going on, and we understand that there is an order.
We are gonna get into that. Yeah, we're gonna but let's back on track here. Talk about this.
How DC sucks. Go ahead. Go ahead. Talk about it. Go ahead. I'm gonna listen. Johnny Depp. Poor Johnny Depp.
I'm just saying, okay, because everybody's saying Johnny Depp, or is Joaquin Phoenix gonna come in and play a role and play as the Joker or whatever?
Well, I don't know. I guess we'll find out whatever they're gonna do.
But see, if that happens, then the Joker movie, when they said the Joker movie was not a part of the DC universe, then it will be if Joaquin becomes as the Joker. And then we saw Batman get little Bruce Wayne parents get shot in the Joker movie. Okay. So then if that happens, then okay, boom, the Joker movie was a part of it. There's a Batman, and then that's how it takes off from there. That's if Joaquin comes in as the Joker.
Maybe they're going to. Maybe they were just tricking everybody, and they're going to be like,
it's possible. They do it down the road sometimes. I'm like, okay, maybe it works. Let's find out. He has a backstory, And we already know what the origin story of the Joker. So that said, this guy is the legit Joker that everybody thought that he wasn't. He was going to create somebody else because Bruce Wayne was too young or whatever. But that time, the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix was set in 1981.
Mhm.
So then this Batman
is set
would be set in our time. Or like early, maybe 2000s or late 2000s, like
I don't know.
09,
We've had
8.
so many Batmans.
So
many.
But you know, if
So
Johnny
many.
Depp comes in as the Joker within this movie, that would be a sight to see, because how he is. And we've already had
Who's this director again?
Matt Reeves.
What did he direct?
At the top of my head,
Yeah, let's see.
at the top of my head, I can't really think of anything right now.
Go ahead. Keep
I would have
talking
to.
and I'm gonna find out.
I would literally have to just
No, it's fine. We're
dig
gonna
into
come
my
back.
brain.
We're gonna have to come back. We're gonna come back. I'm gonna
But
find out. So I
seeing
just wanna
if
know.
Johnny Depp
Matt Reeves
comes
right?
into this, he would already be the, what is it, third Joker within the last 5 years, because you had Jared Leto in the first Suicide Squad movie, and you had Joaquin this year. Now if Johnny Depp comes in, that's pretty much 3 Jokers within freaking 5 years. So we get 3 different types if that happens. But I'm excited. I'm kind of excited and not to see that. But if that does happen, we'll see where it goes. That'll probably get me more interested to go see the movie. But I'm still up in the air when it comes to Robert Pattinson.
Did you
as
like
Batman.
Dawn of the Planet of the Apes?
Yeah, that's the one that was a good one. That was Matt Reeves directed that one. That was the second one.
And he did Cloverfield.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. He's done some movies that have hits. So, and he's also writing this too. So he's directing and writing. So he wrote the script as well when it comes to this Batman. And there are already a lot of villains already attached to it. There you got Carmine Falcone, you have Catwoman, you have the Riddler, you have the Penguin. So right there, that's already 4 villains. Now, if you throw the Joker into the mix, I mean, dang, all this in year 1 for Batman, you know, I mean, it's something. Matt Reeves has something up his sleeve that we don't know about. They kicked off Ben Affleck for Matt Reeves. So let's see where it goes when it comes to Warner Brothers and see if they got it right on this one. So far, they had it 3 times of hitting, which is Shazam, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman. So let's see if they can get Batman on this one. And then if that happens, I would say pretty much not bring DC to the forefront of Marvel. What DC needs to do to get up to Marvel is doing a Man of Steel 2. If DC can do a Man of Steel 2,
what?
Yeah, that's what everybody wants when it comes to the DC universe. They've always wanted a Man of Steel 2, and they never got it. They got freaking Superman versus Batman, Dawn of Justice, which was
Martha.
I mean, if we would have got the Snyder cut, if we would have gotten the Zack Snyder cut, then okay. And nobody's seen it. I would love to see that cut because supposedly it was dark and grit and not like what we got. Because that was the whole situation when it came to Warner Brothers. They don't know what to freaking do.
He doesn't even want to be Superman anymore.
I know that, but that's what I'm saying. That's what they fucked up on.
Yeah.
If they would have done a Man of Steel 2, they would have had their whole universe intact. If they would have done a Man of Steel 2. But they didn't do it.
Why didn't they do it? Because they're too busy with their thumbs up their asses doing I don't know what. What are you doing?
But you know what?
What are you doing?
But you know what? Sticking with the DC universe, another movie that I am excited about to see.
Which one?
Is Suicide Squad. The new Suicide Squad. It's called The Suicide Squad. And the reason
James Gunn.
And I know. But that's why I'm excited to see. I want to see.
Of course, it's James Gunn.
I want to see what he brings to the table when it comes to the Suicide Squad too.
He's gonna bring
because I mean, you know what he brought to the Guardians of the Galaxy. You know what he brought into his some of his horror movies in Sinister 1 and 2. And I want to see what he brings to Suicide Squad, to the Suicide Squad. And the actors in this movie are pretty stout. I mean, the only 3 original characters that are coming back from the very first Suicide Squad that was done with Will Smith and Margot Robbie is one of them. She's coming back as Harley Quinn. Joe Canman, which was Rick Flag. He's coming back. And then the other one is Jay, the one who played Captain Boomerang, Jay Courtney. He's coming back as well. But adding on to that, you got Nathan Fillion, who was in Castle.
Yeah, the Castle.
And he's been in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies as well.
Really? Oh, okay.
But he's more
John Cena.
That's yeah. He's in it as well.
John
That's
Cena.
something to see. And Idris Elba in it. Pete Davidson's in it, which is shocking to me. And he's a funny dude. I love Pete Davidson. He's funny on SNL.
Is he?
Yeah, he's funny. And then they're also bringing back Viola Davis, who was Amanda
she was a
Waller.
Bitch.
And then of course they bring in Mickey Rourke.
Michael Rooker.
I mean, Michael Rooker. I'm sorry, Mickey Rourke. Chingo. Michael Rooker is going to be in this one as well. Like I'm saying, this movie has stacked talent. Of course, Sean Gunn is always in his brother's movies, but I'm just excited to see what he does because this is a whole. I wouldn't. It's not. They didn't say it was a sequel. This is another, I guess, version of Suicide Squad. So we don't know what we're kind of getting, especially when it comes to James Gunn. You don't really know what you get because nobody thought Guardians of the Galaxy would freaking blow up as it did because Guardians of the Galaxy was unheard of.
Yeah.
Nobody knew who Guardians of the Galaxy was until basically James Gunn brought it to the MCU. Then everybody knows who's Star-Lord, who's Groot, who's Rocket, everyone's like,
now
what?
Everybody loves Baby
a tree.
Groot.
What is this tree? What is a talking raccoon? No, but what's cool about this is that James Gunn is a freaking comic book nerd.
Yeah.
Like he knows his shit. So I'm excited to see what he brings when it comes to Suicide Squad because I'm sorry, Birds of Prey flopped. It sucked. Freaking Sonic beat it when it came to the box office. Sonic made more money than Birds of Prey. So Warner Brothers got it right when they picked up James Gunn for Suicide Squad. And unfortunately, when Suicide Squad is done, you're going to hear it from me first. Once he's done with Suicide Squad and post-production, all that shit, editing, whatever, boom, back to Marvel, working on Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he can go back?
He's going back. They already re-signed him already.
For DC?
Oh, for DC?
He'll go back?
They would have to give him a lucrative offer because I think Marvel and Disney are gonna lock him down.
Yeah,
they're gonna lock him down because they fucked up. They made a mistake. They knew it. They did. They fucked up
big time.
But they brought him back in. Yeah. They're gonna do Guardians 3. They're doing it right. And mind you, he is the only director of the entire Marvel universe franchises, whatever that's been done by other that's been sticking with one franchise throughout the entire freaking MCU. He's the only director to stick with one franchise and done all 3 films. Everybody else, like the Iron Man, Jon Favreau did the first 2. Shane Black did the last one. When it came to the Avengers, the first 2 was done by Joss Whedon. The last 2 were done by the Russo brothers. Yeah. But James Gunn is the only one that's stuck with one franchise. And if I think what Marvel, how am I gonna say this? What I think what Marvel will do is lock him down to a big old deal, to a contract to where he can do the cosmic verse of the MCU. Wow. So going out into outer space, what they wanted to do. Because cool. I have a feeling we're gonna see Adam Warlock, and Adam Warlock is one badass motherfucker when it comes into the comic books as well. So I'm excited to see that when it comes to Guardians of the Galaxy 3, because I know we're gonna see Adam Warlock, because we saw it in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 at the very end of the post-credit scene where she says, "I think I'm gonna call him Adam." So I'm excited to see Adam Warlock.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, James Gunn is doing Suicide Squad, the Suicide Squad. And that, like I said, it's stacked up with talent. And seeing John Cena on the trailer, what he did with Fast and the Furious,
I think it's gonna be.
I'm excited to see what he's gonna do in this movie. And his role is a hush role, so it's like so under wraps.
I have high hopes for this one. I do.
So
no negative comments from me.
So now going to what we like to talk about a lot. No, I'm just playing. Going to the MCU.
Marvel.
Heading over to the MCU. I'm excited that
Super excited.
we know about She-Hulk. We know about the TV series that is coming out on Disney Plus.
Yes.
But Mark Ruffalo, I mean, of course, he's in talks. They're saying he's in talks with Marvel to get onto the show. But how can you not? If you're going to have the She-Hulk series, you have to have Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
You have to have
to.
the Hulk. I mean, there's no She-Hulk without Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Seriously, straight up, because that's how she becomes She-Hulk. She gets into a lot of theories. A lot of comics has been different, but she got into a car accident or something like that, and her cousin Bruce Banner gives her a blood transfusion. She survived. So there you go.
Yeah.
And that's how she becomes She-Hulk. But the difference between Hulk and She-Hulk is more like Professor Hulk. That's how she's strong in will, but yet she's connected with her mind, not like Hulk.
But I wonder if that's really the direction they're gonna go.
They have to. I mean, they
can't go any direction.
They can't go any direction, but you have to. There's no way you can go away from that.
No, but I'm just saying maybe she's not gonna be related to him.
No,
maybe she won't be related.
No, she's gonna be related to him.
You think she's gonna be related to him?
She's gonna be from Daryl Banner. Yes. She'll be related. She's gonna be the cousin.
Maybe he's gonna be.
She's gonna be the cousin. She's gonna be the lawyer, and
he's gonna be so devastated after Natasha, and she's gotta come, and he calls his favorite cousin. I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying, like they have to make them related. Please make them cousins. I mean, if they make them friends, a stranger needs a blood transfusion, I'm gonna give it to him, and that's gonna boom create She-Hulk. No, they have to do it, and I believe they're gonna do it right. But it's cool to see that Mark Ruffalo wants to go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
He loves being Bruce Banner. He loves being the Hulk. It just sucks that he can't get his own solo film. But there is a theory out there, and don't worry, we're gonna put it up in a second. And if you've seen this picture on my feeds, my social medias, then I'm excited that if this ever works out and comes out the pipeline, seeing War Hulk. Okay.
Really?
War Hulk.
World War Hulk.
Yes. If we ever get, because it is hard to get the solo film because his rights are under Universal.
Yeah.
Okay. You know how we got the Ed Norton film, right?
Yeah.
That was Universal that put it out, but yet it was still part of the MCU. Okay. So Marvel still had a little bit of ties, like how they're doing with Spider-Man with Sony. They're still using it within the realm of the MCU, but with the Spider-Man and Sony deal, they worked out that they can use Spider-Man as his own solo film. That's why he has his own solo films with Far From Home and Homecoming. And of course, the new one that's going to be coming out next July or the summer after that. But seeing this, if just imagine, if you guys know what I'm talking about when it comes to World War Hulk, seeing him and that putting that on the big screen will be fucking awesome. And I just hope somehow or another that Marvel is smart enough, like how they did with Sony and getting Spider-Man into the MCU. I mean, they got Hulk in the MCU, but we haven't got his solo film at all.
Yeah, no,
he's only been in Avenger movies or in Thor.
Yeah,
he hasn't been the old standalone. Yes,
supporting.
He hasn't had his own solo film.
Yeah.
I mean, Mark Ruffalo has certain ideas. Yeah, he wants to be part of She-Hulk. That's gonna happen. He's gonna be in She-Hulk. But he also wants to do either War Hulk or Hulk versus Wolverine.
That would be so cool.
And supposedly they've already found a Wolverine.
So bad. Yeah.
Supposedly we might see Wolverine very soon in Captain Marvel 2. And they've already picked out their Wolverine. Now, if this is true, if this is legit, this is another one of those stories that sort of broke the internet or whatever, that it took off because of who they're talking about or who that they want to go ahead and see or play or whatever. But I read this, and this kind of caught fire real quick, and this barely broke out just a few days ago, and it hasn't stopped since. So, Henry Cavill, Superman, DC himself, Superman, The Witcher, which is a badass fucking series. If y'all haven't seen that on Netflix, The Witcher, you got to go see that on Netflix. It's fucking awesome. Might be the new Wolverine. Shing. Whatever. Oh man, that would be awesome because I mean he's one big dude. He's a big mother man. He's big. He's badass. He's huge. And yeah, he's a good actor. Especially when he's the work that he's did in The Witcher, man. It's awesome. But I don't know about this. He hasn't gone on to social media yet. Like a lot of people do shoot down the rumors and say, "Oh no, this is not happening. It's just a rumor."
He hasn't shut
blah
it
blah
down.
blah. He hasn't said anything yet. Okay, and
I think just looking at it, I think it'd be good. I don't know who else right now that I could see would play that role. Okay, maybe possibly. What's his name? He was in the fighter movie.
Mark Wahlberg.
No.
Oh, you mean Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
He's Venom.
Yeah.
He's Venom.
But
No.
that's what I'm saying. Like you.
I mean, there was a lot of speculation when Hugh Jackman put up the clause
Mhm.
saying he was going to retire from Wolverine that Tom Hardy would be one of the ones
Yeah.
to go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I can see Tom Hardy doing that, but he's stuck with Venom. He has his own franchise with Venom, which we might see him in the MCU as well, because he might be in the new Spider-Man movie. Just saying.
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
just saying.
Could
You can quote me
happen.
on that. Fuck it. Quote me on that. I don't care.
Could
We
happen.
will see Venom in the MCU, guys.
Could
Trust me.
happen.
Trust me. Because if how they're doing Morbius having Spider-Man in that, so we're gonna see him in the MCU. You never know.
I wonder
And-
if Sony like ever like if they ever ask Marvel like, you know, hey, what do you think we should do, or do you think we should do this here, or do you think we should, you know, do they ever like, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Do
When, like
ask
I
for
mean, they always go for
help,
behind
or
the scenes.
they
They
help
always
each other out.
They
you know
always
what I
okay.
mean?
Like for instance, the
Basically,
the Winter Soldier series and Falcon on
Uh-huh.
Disney Plus. The writers
Mm.
are the creators of John Wick.
Oh.
Okay, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So what that's answering your question. That
Yeah.
do they go for help? Where do they go?
Oh yeah. Wow, I didn't know that. John Wick's good. That's a good franchise right there.
And there's gonna be another one, so there's gonna be a
Yeah.
part 4. So we
Yeah.
can't wait for that one.
See, there's another one that
Um,
works.
Yeah, that's that.
There's another one that works.
Another
just
one that
saying.
works. That's another one that works.
There you
Definitely. But coming to the whole Wolverine thing, and
Yeah, I think.
do you know what? Just coming to the whole mutants in general, because ever since they bought Fox, that's been the whole talk. When are we going to see the mutants? When are we going to see the mutants? Well,
Yeah.
we sort of already no, we don't have one, but Wanda is technically in the comic books is a mutant,
Yeah.
but in the MCU she's not. She was created from the soul, from the Mind Stone.
Yeah.
So is her brother Quicksilver, which we might see him down the road too. Who knows? He might pop up in WandaVision.
Maybe he could come back. That'd be
If
so
she's bringing
cool.
back Vision, it's a possibility, or we can see him in the multiverse.
That'd be
Anyways,
so
okay, so that's where I'm going with this. Kevin Feige, the producer, the man himself of the whole MCU, has already said that mutants exist within the MCU,
They already
and
exist.
they already exist.
They're already here.
And
we just don't know it.
and pretty much since the very first Iron Man, since the very first MCU movie that came out, Iron Man, they've been in the MCU. Where? The reason how I know this, because I'm such a movie nerd that I literally watch bonus features and stuff. But anyways, but yeah, I watched the bonus features, the deleted scenes, and in one of the deleted scenes, in the very first Iron Man, the post-credit scene where Nick Fury shows up, says, "You think you're the only Avenger, the only superhero in the world?"
Yeah.
When he says that line, he keeps going on and says he pretty much suggested Bruce Banner. He says the Hulk, but in a different way. There's gamma people, there's super soldiers, there's mutants. He said the word mutants in this deleted scene. Of course, you can't use it because the word mutants was owned at the time by Fox.
Mm-hmm.
So now we can use that word mutants because we bought out Fox. So my theory is that where they are, they got several of these, mind you guys. So
bear with us. Several
already
theories.
okay. For one of them, since everybody's saying that we might see a mutant very soon, either in Captain Marvel 2 or I'm saying in WandaVision. It's a possibility because
WandaVision.
Yes, we could see our first mutant in WandaVision, and how her story or WandaVision goes is that, and there's a comic book that's called The House of M, which is basically about Wanda creating her own reality with no mutants. Okay, this is within the comic book. So if WandaVision is within that sort of concept, because I mean, you saw the trailer, it goes through decades of time, where she's creating her own reality. We see in the 80s where she has 2 baby cribs in there, so she has kids, and in the comic book she does have children, and their mutant names are called Wicked and Speed. So they can be the first mutants, who knows, because it's in her blood, already, and they were born within her, so they could be considered called mutants. Or in the comic book of the House of M, there's only one survivor that knows what happens to everybody, what Wanda creates. And that one survivor is Wolverine. Ooh. That one survivor in that comic book part, in that comic book series, is Wolverine, because he heals too quickly. It's already been done. Basically, if anybody's already seen X-Men Days Futures Past, we saw it there where his mind was transported to the past, but yet he still remembered everything of what happened, the future, the past, or whatever. So if that happens, it could be Wolverine in WandaVision. I'm just saying. So that's why these theories are good. These theories are fucking good. I think they're fucking good.
It could happen.
It could be a possibility. Another one is that the snap. Okay, the snap that happened in when Thanos did the first snap in Infinity War, and in Endgame, where Rocket goes in and says, Earth was the center of a massive energy surge. There's been nothing on this world like it. Okay, so now if you count the massive surge of energy from Thanos' snap to the snap that they do, which is another energy burst, the snap that he does again when he destroys the stones.
Oh wow.
So just all that, and the stone and the stones are made of gamma radiation. Okay, that's why the Hulk was able to hold it for so long, because it's gamma. He even says it. It produces a lot of gamma radiation, so I can go ahead and take it. That's why he put it on. So a massive surge of gamma radiation creates mutants. I'm just saying, y'all.
Blown.
I'm just saying.
Mind
okay,
blown.
And last one.
That's a good one. I like that.
You like that one?
I like that one.
You like that one? The last one.
I like that one a lot. Okay, go.
Last one would be time. Alternate universe, alternate reality, time. Okay, no, hold on. Hear me out. We know that Doctor Strange is gonna have a multiverse, right? But remember in Endgame, where the Ancient One and Bruce Banner are talking, if you take that stone away from that particular time, it shoots off another time, right? Another time. So multi-universes, multi-realities, different realities. We saw what Cap did. Cap was able to go back, have his life with Peggy. Okay, have his life with Peggy, marry her, whatever, lived a long life. We don't know if he had kids. That's another one.
He could have kids.
He could have a son.
Avengers Next Generation. I want it to happen.
I'm just
Come
saying.
on.
Just all that with the multiverse or the realities or a different Earth, or because with a different time. So where maybe what Cap went back to in that particular time where he was with Peggy, there was mutants, and we didn't know. Because
hot dog. If
you recall, you can still use these, and then you can still use the old school backstories to these. Like, for instance, with X-Men's Origins Wolverine, you saw how he's been around since the Civil War, and he'd pretty much been in every major war. With Magneto, he came around in World War II as a youngster during World War II. So you can still use those and the mutants within that time frame where Cap was at with Peggy. There was mutants. And somehow or another, when he came back to our reality, back to our time, where he comes back as an old man, bringing back the shield from that particular universe, for that particular time, brought back mutants.
Hot dog. I'm telling you, my mind is blown.
It's let's just end on that note right now. We're gonna go ahead and take a commercial break. We'll be right back here when it comes to the film room. Her mind's still gonna be blown when we come back. Let's see if it comes back together. So you guys tune in. We'll be right back when it comes to the film room, coming back right at you. live on the Facebook. Yes, sir. We're gonna get back into it here on the film room. You know, I've always wanted to, and I've never done it. I've always wanted to go ahead and bet on NBA, on an NBA game. Not just bet with your fellow friend of shaking hands at work and say, hey, I bet on this game. I'm talking about legitly betting, like Vegas style betting.
Nice.
Vegas style betting.
You can do that. You want to raise the stakes? You really want to raise the stakes?
Yes, I do. Tell me.
You have to go to mybookie.ag to get action on sporting events and more. Use promo code PUBSPORTS to get your deposit matched. Minimum $50 deposit. Go to mybookie.ag and use promo code PUBSPORTS today. There you go. See?
My bookie.
See, yeah, mybookie.ag. You go there, $50 minimum. They match your bet.
Okay.
That's all right.
And what's the promo code?
Pub Sports.
Nice.
Hello.
I'm definitely gonna go ahead and do that.
Nice.
Y'all should go ahead and do that too. I'm gonna go mybookie.ag.
Yeah.
Yes.
Win me
I'm
some
in.
money.
I am in. You heard Alfredo. Go to MyBookie, bro. Go to MyBookie and place your bets. Yes. And only $50.
$50. And they match
That's it. And they match it.
That's $100.
Dude.
Bro.
Dude.
Money.
Here comes the money.
Money in the bank.
Ah, man. I'm down. I'm so down to put money in the bank. So, okay. Now, since talking about the NBA.
Oh, my God.
Should I say, talking about my Spurs. The Spurs. Okay. Oh, man.
Let's do it. Just go.
I am just going to do something real quick here. And I want you guys to go ahead and listen to this audio. So let me go ahead and cue this up.
Listen to this bullshit.
Where is
Shillelagh?
Where's the volume on this thing?
A hot dog. He can't even figure out.
Yeah, I can't even figure it out. All right, let's go ahead and cue this up here.
Tim Duncan has been carried by people his entire life.
Wow.
Right? Except his hairdresser. Whoever's doing his hair. You shut up. You shut up right now. You where with the camera?
That's a great way for kids to talk to people.
Tim Duncan has been given credit for so many things that he hadn't done. Even tonight, this is his first win. He didn't do anything. This was Will. This was Becky Hammond. He said he just stood up and was running his mouth and good things happened.
So
I am so mad. I
know we're going farther from Alec, but wait. We're saying he is best power forward to ever play the game. You're saying that he's been giving.
He's been carried by Pop, Tony, Manu, Bruce Bowen, and now here he gets his first coaching win. He did nothing.
Good luck.
He is a waste of a player, waste of a time. Honestly, he's the reason why the Spurs are struggling this year.
Right now.
Okay, wait a minute. Now, let me go back to this. Check this out. Now, listen to this again.
Bruce Bowen.
That he's been giving.
He's been carried by Pop, Tony, Manu, Bruce Bowen, and now here he gets his first coaching win. He did nothing.
Good luck.
He is a waste of a player, waste of a time. Honestly, he's the reason why the Spurs are struggling this year.
Right now.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Now.
Wow.
For those people who don't recognize that voice or hasn't seen that clip yet from Get Up on ESPN.
That's bullshit.
That was Richard Jefferson talking about Timmy, the big fundamental. Okay. Now remember, Richard Jefferson played with us, with the Spurs. He came in as one of the first highest free agency that the Spurs ever picked up in their franchise. They paid him a lot of money and he didn't do shit while he was here. So he says
he was a waste.
It was a waste of money because we traded him. We traded him away. We traded him.
Yeah.
His contract was about to be expired. We traded his ass when we could. So we traded his ass.
You got mad.
That's why I think he said that. He said this. What he said.
He's a petty
Who carrying Tim? Who? Okay.
The greatest power forward to ever play the game.
Jay Billis, the other analysts, walked off the set when Jefferson was saying that.
Why?
If you haven't seen the clip, go to my social media and check it out.
Who does that?
Seriously.
Like,
Jay Williams walked off the set because what Richard Jefferson was saying. Manu carried him, Bruce carried him, Tony carried him, Pop carried him, all because of he won the game the other night because Pop wasn't coaching and he stepped in as a head coach. What? You serious?
that's crazy.
He is the greatest power forward ever.
That's insane.
Ever.
That's nuts.
And you're saying that Manu, Bruce, Tony carried Tim? Okay. I would say, yeah, in 2014. Okay, Manu and Tony, yeah, because Tim was in his his late years. But when he came into the freaking fold in 1997, dude, he fucking dominated the NBA. He dominated every big man to go up against him. He brought the Spurs to their first ever NBA title in 1999.
Yep.
He even beat you in the NBA Finals twice. Jefferson, when you were with the freaking the New Jersey Nets.
He's just
Once, I mean, come on.
He's just a petty hoe. And he's
God, he
he's
sucks
bald.
so bad. He sucks so bad. And you know what? What brings to my mind
He's mad
when he
didn't
says
win
this
with
shit?
us.
I remember this when he was playing, when Richard Jefferson was playing with the Warriors. I think there was they were playing here in San Antonio. Richard Jefferson was with the Warriors, and Tim Duncan was about to go on the floor. And he was walking onto the floor, and Richard Jefferson was, where they, clean their sneakers or whatever. He was standing right there about to clean his sneakers, and Tim Duncan walks back, pushes Richard Jefferson out of the way because he was on the Spurs emblem sneakers one, pushes Richard Jefferson out of the way and just gives him the stare down, and Richard Jefferson doesn't do shit.
Because he's a little bitch.
I remember that. Totally remember that.
Because he's a little bitch.
And I'm just like, what he said that this is the reason why the Spurs are sucking this year is because of Tim Duncan, because Tim Duncan is on the coaching staff.
That doesn't even make any sense.
No, I mean, come on.
What?
What? Do y'all want to literally hear that again?
What university? I don't want to hear that shit again. That was just spewed shit. That was just spewing. You're just spewing shit out of your mouth.
I mean, Jay Williams the other analyst walks off the set.
Yeah.
Because of what Richard Jefferson was saying.
Yeah, because it's bullshit.
The other analyst. Hey, primo, ¿qué pasó, bro?
Yeah,
the other analyst.
Because it's bullshit. Because it's a bunch of bullshit.
He's
mad because he's bald and he sucks.
I'm just pissed. I'm pretty sure he's mad because he didn't do shit while he was with San Antonio. Yeah. He couldn't learn the fucking system and how complicated Pop's system was. And he couldn't be Richard Jefferson like he was within New Jersey of just letting him play. No, bro, when you come to San Antonio, you play as a freaking team, dude. That's how they won their NBA championships, bro. Straight up. That's how they won their NBA championships, as a team. And you want to say Manu carried him? Parker carried him? No, they won as a fucking team. As a team. And yeah, they had one of the greatest coaches to ever freaking coach the game in Greg Popovich. So what? That just happened to be there. But you want to know something? Check this out. Pop, when he first came into the league as the coach for the Spurs, he even wasn't even supposed to be the head coach for the Spurs. They were going to get rid of him. The year that the year that they won the NBA championship, 99, that season, they were going to get rid of him. They were going to fire him mid-season.
Oh, wow.
Anybody remember that? No. Why? Because we are spoiled Spurs fans because of what he brought to the whole past 22 years of making the playoffs and giving 5 NBA championships within those 22 years. So Richard Jefferson was part of that Spurs history, but he didn't do nothing while he was here. He didn't do nothing. He wanted all this money. We paid him all this money, and he did not freaking earn that money. So I guess that's why he said his rant. Is that why he said Tim Duncan is reason why the Spurs are losing? And Tim Duncan is being carried by his former players. That's why they won those 5 NBA championships. Really? Is that why they won the NBA championship in 2003 when David Robinson was ending his retired season? Who won MVP that year? NBA Finals. Oh, Tim Duncan. Jesus. Dude, that pissed me off, and I was so ready to talk about it, especially when it comes to today. And you hear me like going off. Like, seriously, how can you say that of one of the greatest players to ever play the game on and off the court? Mind you, he was awesome off the court. He did a lot for this freaking community. He still does a lot for this community. He lives here. I mean, Richard Jefferson, bro, you need to eat your words. Yeah, okay, you got an NBA championship ring, but who got you that ring? Who did you go with? Oh, wait. LeBron James, Kyrie Irving. Oh, my God. So you were riding somebody else's coattails too, right? Isn't that how you got your NBA championship ring? Somebody was carrying you? Or did you earn that on your own? Were you the one that they went to when it came down to the clutch shot? No, you weren't. You were just on the bench or on the side, taking away your man.
But you got a ring.
You got a ring. How did you get that ring? Somebody carried you. Tim Duncan had clutch shots, 1 game winners. Come on, dude. Just shut up. Just shut up. You just need to eat your words and shut up. And everybody just need to do what Jay Williams did and just walked off the set. Like Jay Williams literally walked off the set when Richard Jefferson was saying this stuff. Like, he didn't want to be around that fool. That's how stupid he sounded. And and it's stupid. He sounds so stupid. Tim Duncan is still one of the top 10 players of all time to play this freaking game.
Yeah.
Top 5 even. Who knows? In some people's list, he is. But he's definitely top 10 of all. Okay, you know what? Top 7 of all times. Of all times. Of all the people who played in the NBA, whether it was Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, whoever, David Robinson, he is still one of those top 7 players of all time.
Oh, definitely.
And he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Oh, definitely.
This year, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Richard Jefferson is going to take you a while for you to get into the freaking Hall of Fame, bro.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan is eligible for his first year of eligibility for the Hall of Fame. He's getting in the Hall of Fame this year. Guarantee it. Watch. With Kobe, with Kevin Garnett. They're going to get into the Hall of Fame this year.
And it's so funny. I wonder if Tim's gonna like say anything. I don't think so.
No, Tim's just gonna do what he always does and just give him the stare down and say, "Hey, look at the banners, bro. Look at the banners.
Maybe, I don't know.
How many rings do you got?
Guy. He's not playing the game.
You know,
anymore.
if Richard Jefferson wants to go up to Tim Duncan, I say, you know what? Go ahead and let him, because Tim Duncan has been working on his freaking jiu-jitsu, his taekwondo. I mean, he's been. You seen those videos of him fucking Muay Thai, kicking some motherfuckers, holding pads. Yeah, go ahead, bro. I would go ahead.
I wouldn't want to.
I would see. You know what, Richard Jefferson? Why don't you go say that to his face?
Yeah, there you go.
If you have the balls to say that on air,
why
don't you say that to his face? Just saying. All right. Before I get even more pissed off, moving on to the next subject. Before I close out the show, but I mean that if y'all are with me when it comes to that, let me know what y'all think about that Richard Jefferson rant. Hit me up on all of my social medias and let me know what you think. But I want to go ahead and get into the UTSA football team real quick before we close the show. And I'm excited because UTSA are finally getting their act together, making the push to compete with the big boys, as in the facilities, the facilities that the players use, the weight room, the locker room. Like for instance, you know how we go every year to the Orange Spring game at UT,
yeah,
and I tell you about the whole new stuff that they're building and everything like that. UTSA is on their way of doing that.
Nice.
They're on their way to getting their multi-million-dollar facility. I think it's worth $30 million or something like that. They're going to be able to practice, maybe even play. I don't know yet. They're thinking about putting on a stadium, but I don't know. But they are going to get their practice facility where they can practice in a new brand new facility that's worth $30 million. They're going to have the brand new weight room, brand new locker room, brand new practice football field, where they're going to be underneath the shade and stuff like that, have their own little perfect bubble dome where they can practice outside of the heat. And it does get pretty hot here in San Antonio.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So,
very
and
hot.
they don't have to travel all the way to the Alamo Dome and practice when it comes to hot weather, where they can just walk out of their practice facility and boom, there's a practice field.
Badass.
So I'm glad that they're doing this. And you know what? The funniest thing and how this works is that to build a program, and granted, mind you, they've already been 10 years. It's already been 10 years since we had this
wow,
10 years. Yeah, already? 10 years since UTSA started their program.
Dang, it doesn't feel like that. It's been that long.
No,
it doesn't feel like 10 years. It really honestly
been 10 years.
That's cool though.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's a growing program.
It's a growing program. It's a growing program,
it's
but
a work in progress.
And it's still working, but order to build your program of football or any other program around it, it's the football program has to be built first. I'm sorry, I hate to say that, but it does. For instance, that's the biggest revenue when it comes to sports to bring it into the college, when it comes to the athletic department.
Oh yeah,
it's the biggest revenue. So when you look at what LSU, Oregon, Texas down the road, getting their brand new stadium that they're building on the north end of the football stadium, their basketball team is getting a brand new sports spring complex for the basketball team. So if UTSA does this right and builds this football program, money is going to go to every single athletic department because they're in a good they're in a good conference. They're in Conference USA, which is a Division I conference. Mm-hmm. And to compete with those type of schools within your own conference, you have to build this facility. And that's what they're going to do. And I'm just hoping that they stick with it because they have to order to build, say, another brand new facility for the basketball program. Because check this out. The Frank Irwin Center that the Longhorns play in, the basketball team, is younger than the stadium that the UTSA basketball team plays in. And they're getting a brand new stadium.
Wow.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The stadium that the UTSA plays in was built in 1972. And then Frank Irwin Center was built in 77.
Oh, wow.
And the Longhorns are getting a brand new state-of-the-art arena. So I mean, UTSA is on the right track of bringing up the multi-million-dollar facilities. I'm glad that they're doing it. Birds up. I hope it continues because that's what brings in the recruits.
Yeah.
That's what brings in the recruits, y'all. Those facilities brings in the recruits. You can only show the Alamo Dome for so long playing there, but next thing you know, they got to build a football stadium on that complex.
Yeah.
They have to build a football stadium on campus.
Yeah.
So, but hey, they're heading in the right direction. So birds up when it comes to UTSA, y'all. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. That is going to be it for tonight here. We are about that hour. We are done. I do appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Thank you for everybody for tuning on to Facebook, on Facebook Live. This is the Film Room. We are live here downtown at Southtown 101 in Pub Sports Radio Studios. I'm your hostess, Texas Drew, along with Amanda Rogan. We will see you guys next week. We are out.